So you're standing outside at night. No phone, no notifications, only dark air brushing against your skin and the stars. At first their light is beautiful, then it becomes immense, and finally it becomes unsettling. Because what you're really looking at is not light, it is time. Each star you see is ancient. Some began their journey before humans ever existed, and it hits you not emotionally, not philosophically, but physically. You are standing within something overwhelmingly vast. There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on every beach on Earth. And then a question arrives, not loudly, but like a whisper in a cathedral. Where is everyone? The simple question is the heart of the Fermi Paradox, and by the end of this episode, you won't just understand it, you'll feel it. So let's start with the facts. You live in the Milky Way galaxy. It contains between 100 and 400 billion stars. Most of those stars have planets. Many of those planets sit in a zone where life could exist. Not too hot, not too cold. And here's the part that makes your mind twist. The Milky Way is billions of years older than Earth. That means civilizations with even a small head start could have had millions or even billions of years more time than humans have. Humanity in just a few centuries went from simple tools to splitting atoms, landing on the moon, launching probes towards the edge of the solar system. Now imagine a civilization with a 1,000,000-year head start, or 10 million. They wouldn't just explore the stars, they would colonize galaxies, and yet no signals, no megastructures, no unmistakable signs of intelligence, just silence. This contradiction between probability and reality is the core of the Fermi Paradox. And there's a quote by Arthur C. Clarke that captures this perfectly. Two possibilities exist. Either we are alone in the universe, or we are not. Both are equally terrifying. Either you are the only intelligence in an unimaginably vast cosmos, or you are one among many, and something profound lies in the silence between those stars. Imagine for a moment that you are an ant. Your entire universe is a crack in the pavement. Above you, humans walk, talk, build, send machines above the Earth's atmosphere. But from your perspective, nothing. You don't see skyscrapers, you don't detect Wi-Fi, you don't hear traffic, not because they don't exist, but because your frame of reference is too limited. Now pause, what if you are the ant? What if we are the ants? What if advanced civilizations surround you, not hiding, not silent, but simply operating on layers of existence you do not yet perceive? Different technologies, different physics, different dimensions. Maybe they've already visited Earth, as the Anunnaki whispered in ancient texts, or the grey aliens reported in sightings. Maybe they walked among us long before we knew what consciousness was. Or maybe none of that ever happened. Maybe the silence we feel isn't emptiness, but a reflection of our own limits. Now let's bring this focus inward. What if Earth's rare, really rare? What if the exact conditions for complex life, stable star, protective magnetic field, plate tectonics, a large moon, cosmic shielding from asteroid storms, are so improbably specific that they almost never occur? Slightly alter one variable and life never gets past the microbial stage. This is the rare Earth hypothesis. In this view, humanity isn't late to the universe. You are early because almost no one else made it this far. This idea feels special and terrifying, because if Earth truly is rare, then intelligent civilizations might be fewer than you ever imagined. Maybe the math doesn't point to millions or trillions of galactic civilizations, but instead towards something almost 1 in a trillion. The possibility isn't comforting, it's humbling. Now we come to one of the most chilling ideas in all of science, the great filter. Somewhere between dead matter and an interstellar civilization, there is a barrier. A step so difficult that almost nothing passes it. Maybe it's the jump from a single cell to complex life. Maybe it's developing sustainable intelligence. Maybe it's surviving your own technology. And here's the terrifying question. Have we already passed the great filter, or is it still ahead of us? If the filter is behind you, then humanity is extremely rare, unimaginably lucky. If it's ahead, then every technological civilization might destroy itself before ever reaching the stars. Nuclear war, runaway AI, climate collapse, ecological breakdown. The universe may not be empty because life never began, but because it never lasts long enough to be heard. Now imagine the universe as a dark forest. Every civilization is a hunter, every signal is a footstep. If you make noise, you reveal your position. And in a cosmos where you don't know who is listening, silence becomes survival. This is the dark forest hypothesis. Here, civilizations don't broadcast, they don't send obvious beacons, they stay quiet. Because the first rule of cosmic survival is simple. If you see another mind out there, you cannot assume it's friendly. A cosmic predator may lie in wait, listening for any spark of intelligence. So everyone stays silent, no one speaks, and the universe feels empty. Not because it is empty, but because everyone is afraid to announce themselves. Now turn the idea upside down. What if they know you're here? And instead of hiding from you, they are watching you. Not interacting, not interfering, just observing. Like zoologists watching a species in its natural habitat. You don't see them, you can't detect them. And they might be observing quietly from afar. Maybe from afar among the stars. Maybe embedded in realms you can't detect. Maybe your archaeological avatars already walked Earth and returned home, leaving only stories behind. Maybe the truth isn't that we're alone, but that we're being ignored until we're ready. And now bring it all back to yourself, because the Fermi Paradox isn't just about aliens, it's about potential. Civilizations vanished when they lose purpose, when short-term thinking overtakes long-term survival, when ego outweighs wisdom. The universe may be silent, not because life doesn't exist, but because intelligent life destroys itself or chooses to stay quiet. This paradox reflects back on you, your habits, your choices, your vision. What will you become? So tonight when you look up at the stars, remember this. The universe is not just watching you, it may be waiting for humanity to mature, to survive, to step beyond its own limits. And remember the words of Bill Watterson. Sometimes I think the surest sign that intelligent life exists elsewhere in the universe is that it has never tried to contact us. Maybe they have visited Earth in ways you've imagined, and ways you haven't. Maybe we are alone, maybe we're not. Maybe the maths tells you there should be life in millions of galaxies, or trillions, or maybe the odds still place you at 1 in a trillion. Either way, the universe is not indifferent. It is an invitation to explore, to grow, to question, to become more than you ever thought possible. So if this episode challenged you, subscribe to the podcast. Follow for more interesting topics and comment your thoughts. Are we alone? Are we watched? Or is this silence just part of the evolution? And now a message from our sponsors, Strong Coffee Company, protein-packed coffee for energy, clarity and focus. Use code Vancrux1 for 20% off at strongcoffeecompany.com. And then we have More Labs, clinically proven hydration and recovery drinks. Use code Vancrux1 for 25% off at morelabs.com. And finally, Liquor Gummies, electrolytes and vitamins designed for hangover prevention and recovery. Use code Vancrux1 for 20% off at liquor.com. That's liquure.com.